Hello, my name's Jeff and welcome to Treasurefacts. Today I'm going to show you how I build my three-dimensional topography maps. Some of you may wonder, what is a topography map? That's simple. All you're doing is following the contours of the earth, whether it be ravines, cliffs, lake areas, ditches, trenches, anything that you're going to want to avoid when you're out hiking, fishing, hunting, even metal detecting. For me, when I build my topography maps, I also build cases to go with them. I'll bring the camera in closer, show you what a topography map looks like, and then I'll explain to you how I build my models. And I'm going to show you a little bit what I had to do to prepare for this. I spent a lot of time researching. One of them was to get the plot map for this particular property. I acquired a 1938 aerial photograph, which would be what the place would have looked like in 1938. There were very few trees then. I went ahead and highlighted in green where these forest areas were back then. In 1938, that's what it would have looked like. In 1972, you could see a bigger area of green, so the trees started to come back after that time. And today, 2015, 2016, this whole area is pretty well full of woods. I went extensive, and this particular property has been researched, and the maps were accurate. They were very detailed, and we were able to get 80 to 100 metal detectorists on this property, and they were able to search this thing. We feel that we pinpointed the skirmish site for this particular property. You can see, so there's different layers, and originally this was one full sheet, and I cut each layer off until I'm finally down to the last couple rows in height. First thing I want to do is finish out making my cutout. So we're going to want to place it on this hot press board that's about a 16th inch thick. We're going to want to use an X-Acto blade that's pretty sharp. So we're going to go ahead and trace it out. You always want a square edge, and this would be our edges. You go ahead and line that up. Once that's in place, you go ahead and trace it. There you have it. This is ready to cut out. And then on the next step, I'll cut the next layer off, and then we'll go ahead and trace it out until we're all done. And there we have it. Another piece. We'll go ahead and put that on top of here. Just like that. I got 4 more rows to put on. I'll go ahead and trace these out, cut them. Okay, we're finally finished with cutting all the layers, and I'll show you what it looks like. This is the three-dimensional topography map. Each layer is hand cut. Tomorrow I'll go ahead and work on the little pond areas, cut those out, and then I'll fill those in with a blue clay. What I got here is a bunch of pieces that I cut, and they each have their own particular layer. All this was hand cut. This is small pieces that I didn't want to lose. This will eventually go to the corner here, and I already completed this section. I'm going to go ahead and clay that, and as you can see from the side profile, you can see it go up and down. When this is clayed, it's going to look more lifelike, and it's going to be quite interesting. So let's go ahead and glue everything up. Got the last layer. Drop her just to see that the glue up. This is what it looks like. We'll go ahead and fill this all in with clay. This is the clay that I plan to use, and it's very pliable. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and push it into the map so it fills the stepping process in the topo, and I'll do that along the whole side of this map. Eventually we'll get over to here, and this is 450 acres, so we'll show you one more time. Take some clay, and and since it's wet, it's going to soak into the cardboard. You find your low spot, push in, go straight on up with it. Just like that. And then later, I'll take a spoon and you just kind of push it in like this so that it finds each terrace on the topo. And when this dries, I'll go over it again with one more coat. So let's go ahead and finish this up. This is the map and what it looks like. You're going to notice that each of these layers lifted up a little bit. That's nothing to worry about. Actually, that's what I want. We want to be able to see the topo lines. So this worked out pretty good. What I intend to do is take the clay, it's really soft, and I'm just going to go ahead and smear it back on here. We'll add this second layer and that'll weigh all this paper down. It's technically waterproofed on the top now, so it won't want to curl up. Okay, I went ahead and turned the map toward me on the east side, and I'm going to go ahead and take some clay that's on my finger, and I'm going to smear this down. And as you can see, it's covering up the lifted paper. This is exactly what I want. We're going to go ahead and do that to the whole thing. Okay, it's October 1st. I have, I would say 22 days yet before we go to the c.w.p.p.o, which is the Civil War project with Sam Waters, and I'm building a map. I'll show you what I got here. Right now, you can't tell whether it's 2 acres, 4 acres, or 500 acres, but this is all 500 plus acres. I want to pay attention to details like ponds, spring areas, and of course I'm going to add a road and a few details like that. This will make this map jump, and then I want to go ahead and put like maybe an escutcheon here with a fluorescent orange pin to indicate the site of interest. Right there is a monument on the site. You'll be able to see that along Route 39. But that'll be just for reference. And then somewhere down in here, I have a mark. There is a cabin foundation in here. And that'll show you the size of this property. So, as you can see, it's just a small little dot. What I'm planning to do now is grab my utility knife, and I'm going to go ahead and scrape it and get some spots off that shouldn't be there. Just weird spots like this, fleck it off, and clean it, fill some cracks, anything that would need some attention, like this white spot. What we have here is a few areas that need to be scraped. We have some superficial cracks here. When I put a little excess of clay on there, it dried and left some cracks. We're going to fill that back in. I want to scrape it to paper so we actually have lines, as you can see here. Then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use a sealer. I'll spray it on here, and it's a matte finish. It won't be shiny, but what I want to be able to do is take this out, and if it would happen to rain on it, it wouldn't affect it any. I'm also planning to take a piece of sandpaper along the edges and get this crisp white. We'll be able to build a display box. Okay, we've come a long ways with this map. One of the last things that I want to do is seal the clay. This is 1.5 miles by 3/4 miles. It's a big piece of property. We cut all the topography levels out, glued them up, we spread clay in, then I shaved it so you can see all the lines that are involved for each elevational height. Once we get it sealed up, which I plan to use this Rust-Oleum, it's a matte finish. It'll be a little bit shiny, but I want the contours to come out I already took the liberty to spray the edges and seal it up, and I sprayed the bottom so that I can actually lay it onto the newspaper. So we're going to go ahead and spray this down. I'll add 2 coats. After that, we'll go ahead and paint on the roadways. And that's going to bring this map to life. Okay, we're going to go ahead and start. I'm going to go in this direction, and maybe the next time we'll come in back the other direction. So let's go ahead and spray it. Always overspray. Never start and stop on the same piece. You're going to get runs. So you're going to want overspray and then come back in and go slow, go methodical. So let's go ahead and get started. Keep your can close to the topo. You don't want to go too far away. You want even coverage. I haven't been in a hurry. I've taken my time. Everything's looking really nice. This here is a pond feature, and this here is like a spring-fed system. It's all run on elevation. It steps up. I want to add some creek beds on there yet. Right here will be a road. And there's one that goes up through the valley here as well. We also have one that'll come through here. This is going to be a really nice map. You put this in a display case, and bang, you have yourself a real nice piece. I'll bring the camera in closer. This dries, you'll see a lot more detail. I like it how it darkens the clay. Second coat, I'll start from this direction and go in. The next step would be to build the case after the roadways are painted on. But I'm pretty happy with this. This looks really nice. Thanks for watching part 1, how I build a topography map. Please watch part 2, how I build the display case if you care to. I appreciate everybody out there. I could use the subscribers. Go ahead and subscribe if you can. Go ahead and like the videos or leave a comment. Once again, thanks for watching. I started metal detecting when I was 17 years old. I like old things. I like to find things that are hidden, things you can't see.
Call for your metal detector catalog today. It's fun for you, your family, and your friends.
I get to be out with the guys and my sons. It's fun to see the gleam in their eye when they've got a coin and you know they're satisfied with what they found.
Call for your free catalog from White's Electronics and get 25 tips to help you find more.
I think anyone can turn it on and go. It's a hobby that I really appreciate, and I hope I grow old using a detector.